Welcome back, everybody, to a Ninjago podcast, Podjitzu. I'm the host, Steven, aka SPI, and I am joined by... Luke.
I'm here. We saw a movie. It was
Yeah,
good.
we saw a movie, and we're going to review it.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the advertisement for this episode, Luke?
Let's go, Ninjago Villainy.
It's called Ninjago Villainy.
It's by this really talented person named SPI.
SPI.
And also the Mitchell
the
O
Mitchell
channel
O
with
channel.
the best voice talents ever of a guy named Luke.
And a bunch of other awesome people who have donated their voices to this.
Their voices?
Really,
Ursula?
really cool thing called Ninjago Villainy, which is basically a Ninjago stop-motion special set in between Day of the Departed and Hands of Time about a villain named Crossbones, who's a skeleton, who's underrated, and he decides to go to the Departed realm, bring back the greatest villains, and together they try to conquer Ninjago and fight the ninja and all that stuff.
All we can say
but they're
is
actually
he brings
the
back
stupid
Mindroid,
ones.
so...
they're the stupid ones. If you've seen the trailer...
Wait, who does John voice?
Squiffy.
Oh...
Yeah.
John voices Squiffy. Oh, this will be beautiful.
I wrote the script, I directed it, I'm editing it. The Mitchell O channel did the stop motion. And I voice Crossbones, who's the main character, Gultar, Ronin, Wu. I think that's it. And Luke voices Zoltar.
I'm a snake.
Who gets
snaked on.
The Serpentine Slither pit
and
fighter
I hate
from
Kai,
one of the books.
I hate Kai too, so.
Yeah. Well, basically, what we're going to do in this Podjitzu... Actually, before I talk about that, I'm just going to talk about Villainy for a little bit more.
Let's go.
Villainy is coming out very, very soon. I don't know the exact date because I've been kind of busy and I haven't had exactly all the time that I wanted to finish editing it and all that cool stuff, but it's coming very, very soon. Be looking for that on the Mitchell O's channel. It's around, I would say maybe 17 minutes long or so, but every minute of it is worth it. Trust me, it has a lot of awesome voice actors voicing. It has a good story, if I say so myself. A lot of cool stop-motion stuff, green screen effects. It's going to be pretty lit. It even has an emotional punch.
Is Mitchell voicing any of them?
He is Misaku.
Oh. The Misako channel.
Oh.
The Misako channel.
Yeah. So what we're actually going to do for this podcast, Luke, is review the
Lego Ninjago movie.
But here's the secret.
It was okay.
We actually already did the review.
Oh.
And we're recording this intro last because we didn't know if we would have enough time to do the entire thing. So basically, we're just going to see how much time we have. And then when it ends, it ends. Yeah. And I'll do the rest of the news later. So we recorded a review. Then we're going to try to do some news. And then it'll probably be me doing the rest of the news. And hopefully this podcast will be pretty lit, right? Pretty lit podcast?
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah. Should we get into the news?
Let's get right into the news with your host, Killer SPI.
So, the ninja in Season 8, yes, Season 8, this podcast is going everywhere, Ninjago movie, custom thing called Villainy. We're going to talk about some other stuff, Season 9, and even, Season 8 things.
Yeah.
So, the ninja will have different faces in Season 8.
I'm actually okay with it.
Really?
Yeah.
They're
Since
changing
I saw the
forever.
movie, I'm okay with it.
They're changing forever.
Since I saw the movie, I'm okay with it. As long as their voices don't change, I'm okay with it.
But...
Steven, I know this seems like a betrayal. This is not meant to be a betrayal.
No.
This is me being accepting.
I'm kicking you off of the podcast.
This is me being accepting. I'm accepting the inevitable because I know I can't fight it, and honestly, I don't care.
All I have to say is, Lego. It's not a good thing to make the characters from the show something that they aren't. And Lego, if you're listening to this, which I don't think anybody from Lego is, but if you are, please know that the longtime fans from the show, or at least pretty much everybody that I've talked to who's been a longtime fan, does not like this change.
I don't like it.
For the movie. Yeah, who have been around since the beginning. Most of the people that I've talked to, if not all, don't like this change. It's just these ninja have been so good and they've developed so much that
Why
they're
do they
really good,
need
solid characters,
changing?
and they don't need change. And obviously, there's Lloyd who's growing up, and that makes sense. But changing all of them into the Ninjago movie, which is a reboot, and just kind of rebooting Ninjago
I don't know.
again, but not rebooted,
Yeah, not rebooted.
but like
Because rebooted
remaking
wasn't
it.
really a reboot. It
It
was just
wasn't.
called that
Yeah.
because, it's robots.
Yeah, is kind of not a good thing. But season 8 is still gonna have good storyline and all that, and that's why I think it could be a very, very good season.
The
Not
Sons of Garmadon.
for the looks of the ninjas, but for
The story and all
the
that.
story and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's promising.
Something else about season 8. Recently, Brent Miller made a video with the Hagemen brothers and Vincent Tong, and the Hagemen brothers stated that, in their opinion, season 8 is the best season yet, and the ninja are growing up, even though they're kind of already. So, what are your thoughts on them being so bold and saying that it's the best season?
Building hype. That's all they're doing.
It's,
I don't know if they truly believe, but I'm pretty sure they're just building hype.
I kind of think that it's a bad thing because people could say, "Oh no, I love season 5 or season 6 or 1 or something so much, and I'm just not gonna like season 8, and it's gonna change their opinion for good." I would say, and it's just kind of if they didn't say that, the fans might have thought something else. So I'm not sure if that's exactly the best thing they could have said, but I still think it's gonna be a really good season. I don't want to say it's the best. Something else about season 8. At the end, the Hageman brothers said that season 8 will, quoting them, have the best villain yet. And I think it could be a Garmadon return, because Garmadon is a lot of people's favorite villain. And it's called Sons of Garmadon, and Garmadon is actually on the box art for the 2018 sets. So I think it's very likely that he will return.
Sons of Garmadon.
Yes.
Are they like an anarchist group?
I don't know.
That's
Could
possible.
kind of be like a wannabe group kind of thing, but
Are they wannabes though, or are they worshippers?
Worshippers, that's what I meant,
Yeah.
not wannabes. But like season 4 kind of thing. I hope it's not. I hope it's like a Kylo Ren kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where they really like him and they want to be as good as him.
Kylo Ren and Darth Vader.
And so they eventually try to bring him back. And points more to the future than the past, because as I said before, and I think the last episode, that's one of the repetitive things about Ninjago. It points to the past a lot, and I just hope they'll point to the future more, rather than being like, oh, there's an ancient scroll or whatever, and we gotta find some ancient artifact thing and fight some ancient villain or whatever. But rather bring in these villains who could be futuristic, not futuristic like robotic, but not past evil guys, but rather evil guys who want to bring in Garmadon.
Which I feel, the Sons of Garmadon seems like something that could be a futuristic, like, gang.
Yeah.
That's a person. That's probably the end of the video.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do the rest of the news.
Okie dokie.
This has been fun. Okay, this is only me on this part of the podcast, but basically, I'm going to be talking about the rest of the news. Getting right into it, the first thing on my kind of short list of the rest of the news is the season 9 finale will be the last Ninjago episode until, and I'm quoting, the creators of Ninjago, well, writers, Hagemen brothers, until they can make more Ninjago. So, do I think that it will be the last season? No, I think there will be a season 10. I want there to be spin-offs, and I kind of hope that there will be a Sensei Wu season and a Cole season, and then they'll just end it and move on to spin-offs and other stuff, because I don't want them to milk it out so much that it becomes a stale show. I hope that they can produce so much fresh content, but after a while it will get old, and I truly believe that spin-offs are the next better step for LEGO, and there's going to be a video coming out on my channel maybe in a couple weeks about why exactly they should be making a Ronin spin-off. Season 9 got some concept art by Tommy Andreasen. This might not be official, but basically if it is, we now know what the new ninja suits will look like, and it has been confirmed that Sensei Wu will return, which was to be expected. We kind of all expected that, but yeah, he will return, and hopefully he will get his own season. I am just flying by all of this news. I honestly thought I would take longer than this, but I'm just flying by. Oh yeah, I already said Sensei will confirm and return. There's a baby in the 2018 Ninjago Season 8 sets, and some people are saying that it's Garmadon Reborn. I think this is a pretty good theory. This is pretty likely in my opinion, but there's also a chance that it could just be a random baby. Maybe it belongs to someone important in the storyline, and his or her parents or parent is taken from him or her, and the ninja have to watch over this baby. That's what I think it's going to be like instead of this whole Garmadon thing, if it's not Garmadon. And there's the possibility that this baby belongs to one of the ninja. People are saying that it's Cole's baby, which could be very possible. I mean, if the ninja are growing up, then maybe one of them got married and had a kid, and maybe it's Cole. Actually, that might be a step in the right direction for the future of Ninjago. I actually am kind of on board with that idea. Ninjago movie 2018 sets have been revealed, and they are, first one is this one with like a shark little mech thingy, and it includes Kai and an Iron Dragon minifigure, which is Misaku in Ninja Gear, and this Ninjago City Citizen. Looks kind of cool. I guess I like it. The next one is the Quake Mech, Cole's Quake Mech. This thing looks awesome. I'm not exactly into these Ninjago movie sets, but this thing looks pretty awesome. I'm kind of surprised by how epic this looks to me. But I don't know. It's probably worth getting. Iron Dragon comes in this set as well. That's pretty cool. Obviously Cole comes in it. It looks like, no, it's not one of the news reporters from the Ninjago movie. By the way, this isn't really too much of a spoiler because at the beginning of the movie, there are some news reporters in the movie, and they're really, I don't know, they're just kind of stupid. That's my opinion on them. They might be one of my least favorite things in the movie. They're just kind of dumb, in my opinion. And they introduce the ninja in the movie at the beginning and stuff, and it's just like, oh, okay, this is bad. Seriously, Ninjago news? Really? And the next set is actually a spinner. Yes, spinners are returning in 2018. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my last Podjitzu where Luke and I talked about the sets, but spinners will return in 2018. Season 8 is getting some spinner sets, and apparently the Ninjago movie is getting some as well. There's one more 2018 movie set, and it is the Volcano Base, which was a very needed set. I think it's too small. Like, honestly, compared to the actual Volcano Base in the movie, this thing is really tiny. The Volcano Base was probably one of the biggest things in the movie. It was so huge, and this thing just looks pathetic compared to it. But I think it works out pretty well. They could have just made this like the biggest Ninjago set, and I honestly would have been okay with that. So this comes with one of the former generals, I think. Another shark warrior, Garmadon, obviously, Zane, and a shark, as well as one of the scientists. And I'm not exactly crazy about this scientist, but his beard is Bolobo's beard from Tournament of Elements, and that makes me pretty excited because I actually created some custom elemental masters. I may do like a video on them or something. I don't exactly know. But the Bolobo that I had this piece, but it was in black, which was the only color available for Bolobo's beard and hairpiece. I'm really glad that they finally made this piece. That's pretty awesome. And the last bit of news are possible episode names for Season 8. I'm just going to go through all of them. I'm just going to say before I list all these that these will probably be fake. In my opinion, these are fake. I honestly have a lot of doubts. I haven't even really read all of them. I'm just speculating that these are fake because usually people come up with these fake episode names before, like way before the season comes out. So I think because we have gotten them so early that they're fake, even though I haven't even looked over them. But who knows? Maybe they're real. Okay, I'm going to just read these. Episode 75, Times Change. Episode 76, The Oni Masks. Episode 77, Fall of Spinjitzu. Okay, that's probably fake because of the spinner sets. Episode 78, The Resurrection Helmet. Episode 79, Dark Past. Episode 80, The Lesson. I think that one's definitely fake. Episode 81, Resurrection Temple. Episode 82, Last Life. Episode 83, His Return Part 1. Episode 84, His Return Part 2. Some of those don't seem to exactly be in good continuity. Like, 2 of them are about resurrection, and then the end is about returning, even though it appears that maybe a person returned in 78, but nope, he has to return in 81. Nope, has to return in 83. That doesn't exactly seem logical to me. I don't know. That could just be me, but okay. Now, the moment all of you have been waiting for, and probably the reason that all of you clicked on this podcast. Get ready for the Lego Not-Very-Ninjago movie review with SPI and Luke. Here we go.
Top of the morning to you laddies. Our name is the Ninjago Podcast, and welcome back. Never mind, that's copyright. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, we're doing the review first, and then we'll come back to the
everything else, because, we're really, really late.
Because this is more important than the news.
Yep.
And I can just cover the news.
He can do that on his own.
Yeah. Okay, first, my plan. Is this a good plan, Luke?
Let's go.
Non-spoiler review, and then spoiler. Oh, I can't speak. Non-spoiler review, and then spoiler review.
Sure.
Okay, non-spoiler review. Was it a good movie?
Better than I thought it would be.
Okay, that's a good answer. My opinion, it was a good movie for non-Ninjago fans that kind of want to get into Ninjago, but when it comes to actual Ninjago fans who have been around watching the show for a long time, it was a heavy reboot. It was a heavy reboot, and I just...
And part of it worked, and part of it didn't.
Yeah, there were some things that worked, but overall I'd say...
The reboot was...
disappointing, very disappointing.
It kind of exceeded my expectations, but to be fair, my expectations were really, really low.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts about it was all the references toward the show. So for those of you who haven't watched the show, I guess you won't really understand it unless you've heard about this stuff from the show, or your friend is just like, that's from the show, elbows you. There weren't as many references as
the Lego Batman.
The Lego Batman movie, and
too many references. A lot.
There were only like
there were a lot in the Batman movie. Ugh.
No, I mean in the Ninjago movie. How many were there? Like 7, 8, 9.
It was lower than
there were
9.
Several. I don't know.
7.
We'll talk about that in spoilers.
Yeah.
What was the funniest part of it?
The funniest part of it?
Funniest part.
Oh, well, I'm guessing this is no spoilers?
No spoilers. So
cat.
Yeah, the cat's not spoilers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say cat. You'll see.
The cat's been in the trailers, but
yeah, the best cat ever.
For me, I really liked Garmadon. I thought he was a super funny villain. I wouldn't say that he's better than Mark Oliver's Garmadon, but he was hilarious.
Okay. He was funny.
He got a bunch of lines that were just laugh out loud funny. I laughed more times than I thought I would in this movie. I'm not saying I laughed a lot, but I laughed. You were sitting next to me in the theater.
Yeah,
How many times did I laugh?
Every time someone said a joke that was actually funny. And there were some jokes that weren't funny, but they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll get into those jokes in spoilers.
Yeah.
How the characters go, I would have to say...
There were certain characters that were okay, and there were certain characters that were really bad.
Example...
Nia.
Kind of
basically
Misaku.
agree on that.
Or not Misako, but Coco.
I disagree with you on that.
Oh, okay. What's your opinion?
I don't think she was a bad character.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they could have executed her differently, and I think it was an interesting concept to change Garmadon's wife or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was too different for both of us, so it was to the point of we didn't hate it, but we didn't like it.
Yeah, I can accept that. That's a pretty good analysis of the character there. But I kind of like the whole mysterious nature behind Misako in the show, and Coco just seemed kind of like just a very typical mom-like character, and she didn't seem very unique at all like Misako was, and Misaku's like trying to look for ancient scrolls and whatever to read them to find out about prophecies and all that cool stuff.
By far, Misako is better.
And Coco's just like, I'm gonna wash some dishes. Goodbye, Lloyd. Have a nice day at school. And I'm just kind of like, oh,
even
man.
though everybody hates you.
So typical. And so they're trying to make it realistic, but at the same time, it's not very realistic because everybody hates Lloyd.
Yeah.
Except for
The
5-6
ninja.
people.
Yeah.
Including Wu.
Yeah.
Oh, and Coco, so that's 7.
That's 7?
This is a comfy bed.
And that just revealed the location of this Podjitzu. We're in my house.
Yeah, so the story behind all of this is that we got home from church. Well, I went out to eat, and then I did this, giving all you a backstory, and then we met up together at the theater, went to see the Not-Very-Ninjago movie, and now we're at his house.
Yep. My mom's playing piano in the background.
You get background music. That's cool. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted.
You will be.
I don't think I will. Okay.
That's off topic. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going. Other stuff. I'm trying to think. Oh, the ninja. What did we think about the ninja?
Overall?
Let's just start with all of them, like separate. Or yeah, I guess we should do
No
overall
spoilers?
first. No spoilers.
Oh.
Overall,
The ninja were underused.
yeah. And as a team goes, I didn't think they were a very they tried to be this awesome, epic, really cool team, and that just wasn't
What they were.
what I thought they were.
Wasn't just underused.
They were underused and kind of bland.
Yeah. They were used as kind of a means to an end.
Yeah.
For Lloyd, basically.
Yeah.
You'll see why.
To kind of accelerate Lloyd's story and
Yeah.
just
If you're watching a movie for the ninja, then this is not the movie because if you're watching a movie for Lloyd, yeah, this is the
Lloyd
movie
or
for you.
Garmadon or
Yeah.
maybe not even Wu. I was gonna say Wu, but Wu was kind of underused as well.
Yeah, Wu was underused, but when he was there, he was hilarious because, Jackie
good.
Chan.
Even though Paul Dobson is a better Wu.
Yeah, we knew you were
Jackie
going to say
Chan.
that. It's okay. It's okay.
Jackie Chan is pretty good.
He's a comedian. He's funny.
Yeah.
The ultimate weapon.
So we're getting into spoilers?
No.
Okay.
The omelet. You saw it. It was in the trailer. Omelet. Omelet weapon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just go through all the ninja, I guess. Starting with Kai.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna hear something you're never gonna hear from me, ever. In this movie, I liked Kai. And it's weird, but I did. He was actually one of the only ninja that I felt was true to the old one, but better.
His voice reminded me of...
Also, it's Michael Pena. Where can you go wrong?
Oh, yeah. Michael Pena did a good job definitely as Kai. But his voice reminded me of Raphael.
Yeah.
And he kind of sounded like a Ninja Turtle. So.
Exactly. Well, that's good. He's a ninja.
Yeah. But I would have to agree.
And I felt like
his
design was probably the closest to the actual Kai.
Kind of, yeah. I didn't like the pants. They were black. And
yeah, that was weird.
The color contrast didn't really work.
But overall, it was good. He was okay. And now we go into the other ninjas, and you're not going to hear as much praise.
Who should we go into next? His sister?
Let's go in order of... No, we're going to go with Jay.
Jay. I thought Jay was pretty cool. He was underused and not really as developed as I thought he would be.
And I didn't used to like his voice, but his voice grew on me. And it's completely different from the other Jays, but it's better than I first thought when I first watched the trailer.
Yeah.
And he was funny, but yeah, I agree with you. He's pretty underused. Like, most of the funny things you said, you saw in the trailer. That was about it. It was
Yeah.
most of what he said, period.
See, I disagree with you on this. I don't think he was funny. I think he was more the character. Like, as people say, he's the SPI of this movie. The guy who tries to be funny, but isn't actually funny.
That was Jay. Jay was like, he was kind of like the socially awkward kind of guy who makes jokes at his... And they're not funny. But you laughed, just pity laugh.
Yeah, basically. There wasn't any... Okay, I'm not going to say that,
And
because that's spoilers.
Jay's design was okay. I mean, it's completely different from the other one.
Yeah.
But it
and his
was
hair
okay.
looked like barf.
If you want to look at his
if you want to hear us roast them, watch the video
the
called...
second episode of the Ninjago podcast.
Yeah, and the edited excerpts that go with it.
We
we really just roasted them.
Yeah, it was kind of because we had nothing good to say because we hadn't seen the movie yet. But now we kind of are okay.
Yeah,
kind
Cole.
of. Ooh, Mr. Caveman.
Mr. Cole.
Mr. Caveman.
The guy who likes music.
Really and he rocks.
I like that part about him, but he was
his voice was similar. It's just the way he acted was different than Cole.
Yeah, and I thought I would like that, but I didn't hate it.
He made too many rock puns.
Yeah, and he was kind of just an okay character.
Yeah.
I'd say.
He wasn't phenomenal, but he wasn't awful either. And now, here's a character that I never... Once I saw this trailer, I was like, oh no, this character is going to be garbage. Zane. Zane was actually one of the funniest ninjas.
Yeah, even though he looked like a cheese stick.
He looks like a cheese stick, but he was funny.
Yeah, he was still funny. Yeah.
You'll see why. And his design, that's basically the cheese stick, right. But his voice was completely different from Brent Miller, which is sad. But it was okay because they used him in a really funny way.
I like him more. Well, I like all these characters more in the show, but I kind of liked him being more serious in the show than funny.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I still like this change. Is what I'm trying to say. I still liked that they made him funny instead of serious. Because if he was serious, it wouldn't have worked exactly.
Yeah, in that way.
Yeah. So.
You know what time it is. The only ninja left. Or the second. But we're going to go into it.
Should we
Nia!
Oh, yeah, Nia.
Oh, Nia! Oh,
man.
Oh, shot to the heart.
This isn't a spoiler because it was in the trailer. Oh. She rode a motorcycle through high school. That's what defines Nia.
Shot to the heart. And you're too late.
Remember how I said I didn't really like Nia as a water ninja in the show?
I don't like Nia as a water ninja in the movie.
Well, guess what? I take that back. She's pretty cool as a water ninja in the show. I still liked her more as Samurai X, but I liked Nia in the show. Nia's cool. In the movie, man. They really
you won't hear anything good from us about Nia. You won't hear anything good from us about Nia.
It might as well be Nia's movie, because she...
Oh.
No, that'd be way worse.
Oh. And her mech did the thing. It was like a spider mech.
Her enthusiasm was kind of... It got out of hand.
But it became to the point where it was kind of like not Nia.
It started kind of okay, and I kind of liked it, but then it got way too out of hand. And it was just like, seriously?
Oh, Nia. Oh.
Yeah. And she should be blue. I keep saying this.
I don't understand why she's red.
Red or gray.
Why?
Cole should be gray, if anybody.
Why is Cole black?
Well, I guess charcoal.
No.
Yeah,
no. You know
should be brown and gray.
Brown? I doubt it. I think gray works, but I don't know about brown.
Dirt?
I know, but brown doesn't look as cool.
I don't know.
And again, black still looks cool. No. Off topic. We're in the show. Stop. Get out of the show. This is the movie. Movie.
So we've talked about...
Only one left is Lloyd.
Lloyd
was okay. It was okay. I didn't expect to like the change, but it was okay. To the point where I could tolerate him as a main character, and I felt like he was a good main character.
Yeah.
He put out the message pretty well.
He was nothing like the show.
No, he was nothing like Lloyd. But it was okay.
Yeah. If he wasn't called Lloyd and he was just called like Bob or somebody, and he was another ninja, I think he'd be a really good character.
But yeah.
And if he wasn't,
and I
the
was
Green
okay with
Ninja
Dave
and-
Franco's voice acting for Lloyd too. It was completely different, but it was okay.
I thought he would be annoying and I wouldn't really like him, but I thought he was a pretty good main character.
Yeah.
He was too much of the focus, I would say, but that kind of was a good thing in this movie because
that was the point.
Yeah, that was the point.
Mm-hmm.
And the story was going that way, so it made more sense as Lloyd as the main character.
And there is no shortage of dragons. So just so you know.
What do you mean?
There's a dragon.
There's one dragon.
It's a dragon, but
It's a mech.
It's enough.
How'd they get their vehicles? That's what I wonder.
Yeah.
And the police and military are weaker than the ninja? That doesn't make sense. They don't have mechs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ninja are super rich, whereas they can afford mechs and stuff more
They just
than the
borrow
police
from
and military.
Jay's father. Spoilers. Not from the movie, but from the show.
No, I'm pretty sure in the movie his father and mother are Ed and Edna. Yeah, because they're in one of the sets. Should we get into spoilers? Because I kind of want to talk about fathers right now.
A certain father.
A certain father.
Which father?
Not Garmadon. Garmadon's father.
I know which father.
Okay. Let's get into spoilers.
Let's go.
Question. Was the first Spinjitzu master evil?
Oh.
Because the temple of the ultimate weapon seemed kind of like a dark temple, and Garmadon was like, this is where I was raised. It's a horrible place. So maybe the first Spinjitzu master could have been like, oh, Sensei Wu, I love you. You're my favorite son. Oh, Garmadon, I hate you. Goodbye. And that's what made Garmadon so evil. And Wu seemed kind of overconfident, I guess. In this movie, he seemed like a very prideful character, I would say.
Yeah, but it
And
wasn't.
Wu's not really like that in the show.
Yeah.
He's humble and patient and all that stuff.
It's like, I'm a ninja master. What are you talking about?
So
I don't die.
if that's the case, Wu was a cool character in the movie, but if you really dive into the character,
He's a jerk.
he's a jerk and he's kind of
Garmadon is
worse
better.
than I thought he'd be.
Garmadon is better.
Garmadon was
Hashtag
better than I thought
Garmadon
he'd
season.
be. No.
Yes.
You can't give everybody seasons. People have said Moroff season. I'm like, he already had a
That's
season.
not even possible.
And
like, believe me, no matter how much I want that to happen, that's not gonna happen.
you can't give everybody a season.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that. It's going to be
I want a
Cole
Misako
and Wu
season.
and Ninjago. It's just there. Cole, Wu, and Ninjago.
Okay.
And
Okay.
do spin-offs.
No, I'll take it.
That's my opinion on that.
I'll take it.
And for all of you who want a Misako season,
Don't.
click off this video. Get
Yeah,
off
we
my
don't
channel.
want that.
No, I'm just kidding.
Go unsubscribe. go to the.
Stay tuned. For, I don't know.
We're gonna upload a
I just
video
made
next
that
week called the Misako season.
No, that's
yeah,
not
it's just
happening.
gonna be a
No.
great discussion
You're g-
on how good that would be.
If that's the case, you're editing it. Because I don't want to
I will
waste my
never
time on
edit
that.
I will never edit that.
Okay.
You will do it.
What other spoilers should we get in? Oh, the big spoiler.
The biggest spoiler.
The biggest spoiler. You were kind of talking about it before.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's forget that. Let's just
Why
start.
though?
Let's start at the beginning. The very beginning. It started out
long ago. There
not-
was one.
not
there
as
was a
Lego.
Great Spinjitzu master. And wait, that's too far in the beginning.
Yeah. It started with a little kid in real life, actually, walking into what was it?
The
Like a store,
Jackie Chan store.
Jackie Chan store. Kind
yeah,
of.
it was in a
thing.
Jackie Chan store.
Yeah.
It's not his store.
It was
it's
like
a
an antique
based
store, I
on
guess.
him.
Yeah. And Jackie Chan was there, and the kid almost broke stuff, and Jackie Chan was like, nope, I have good reflexes, and I'm going to stop this.
And then
Let me tell you a story, kid, because
the
you have
kid-
no friends.
yeah, yeah. Basically, that was Jackie.
Here's a
Chan.
story about how you
The
should make
ninja-
friends.
Yeah.
Because there's this one kid who
Who
has,
just, yeah.
he's really hated, nobody likes him, yet he still has friends somehow.
Yeah, his name is Lloyd. Lloyd.
Yes. Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Not
No,
very-
I named you.
Not very Lloyd. Is Lloyd.
We don't call him Lloyd because that's not Lloyd. Lloyd is the show. This is Lloyd. It's a completely different character.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jackie Chan tells him the story, and I guess Jackie Chan is basically Wu in this.
Yeah, and then Jackie
Yeah.
Chan is like, "Oh, this is Sensei Wu. He's very handsome."
Which is probably why he's overconfident.
yeah.
I don't think it's the darker path, but if it is, that would kind of make more sense in the story. But we have to keep in mind, this is just a story
yeah.
by Jackie Chan.
Yeah. And then Jackie Chan trains the kid, and the kid becomes Little Nelson.
No, he becomes a Karate Kid.
Oh, I knew it.
No, the kid's name is... I was going to say Nelson, but I think his name is like Jake or something.
I want it to be Nelson.
Yeah.
Give me backstory.
But this movie had a lot in it for just a simple story told by Jackie Chan to a kid with no friends.
Yeah.
Like, for example, references.
Uh-huh.
Shall we get into each and every one of them?
Yep.
Okay, references. Here we go.
Let's start at the beginning.
I'm going to try to think of the references. Volcano. I think that was Lego Agents.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was a Lego Agents reference.
Yep.
Garmadon's previous army. Skeleton Army?
Ooh.
The whole elemental powers things.
Yeah.
How they actually have elemental powers.
Yeah, which was surprising.
Spinjitzu was apparently only like a combat move, which I didn't really like. But
It was lacking in the flair.
That's obviously a reference to the actual Spinjitzu,
Yeah.
which was in the name of the show.
Although actually Spinjitzu was Zane swinging his head around. That was actually Spinjitzu. That's actually what he did, people.
Yeah,
He was like, yeah, we're gonna use Spinjitzu. That was Zane.
Their elemental powers were
Actually a thing.
were actually a thing, but at
They
the same
were
time,
not as good as it is in their show.
they had like what were the ultimate weapons even supposed to be? Because they were
It was
really
like to remind
overhyped,
them that they're the ultimate weapons.
I guess I'd say they're kind of symbolic,
Yeah.
not symbolic, but kind of alluding towards the golden weapons or the elemental
Possibly.
blades or something.
Possibly.
And there were some pretty obvious references, like Lloyd asked, "Hey, can I be gold?" Or
Yeah,
have the
'cause
elements of
basically,
wind?
This is what happened. Sensei Wu's explaining to the ninjas their elements.
Yeah.
He says, "You, Kai, are the master of fire. You, Nia, are the master of water." And blah, 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 blah. And then Lloyd's like, "Oh, Sensei Wu, what am I the master of?" And Wu, genius, says, "You, Lloyd, are the master of green."
Green.
We're just kind of joking around on the fact that, like, really, they never gave Lloyd an element
Exactly.
in the show.
People say it's energy or power. Nope.
Yeah, it's
green.
green.
I always call it green energy.
And
That's
so
what I call
Lloyd
it.
decides he doesn't like this. So he's like, "Oh, what about wind? No one has wind yet."
Moro.
Yeah.
Or gold. Gold.
And then he
ninja.
says, "What? Can I be gold?" And Sensei was like, "No, you are green."
Can I be surprised? There's the future ninja.
No, the fuchsia ninja. The fuchsia ninja is surprise. Fuchsia.
I don't really think he's a reference. I kind of think he's a joke, but
Yeah, I know. It's funny though.
I'm trying. Oh, there's a reference in him though. Pink ninja.
Pink. Yeah.
Zane, the pink
Zane.
ninja. Yeah. What other references? I saw a couple people. I could be wrong on the second guy, but Squiffy was one of
he was there.
the shark guys. I think
Yep.
Karloff might have been one of the guys. I could have been
Actually,
wrong.
I think I saw that too.
Yeah, I think Karloff was.
I
one of
lost
the
my
shark
metal
guys.
and also my elemental powers, and now I work for.
And now I am a
Garmadon.
shark.
Yeah, now I am shark.
Hashtag Shark Karloff.
That's the newest spinoff. It's the life of Karloff as a shark.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else was there? Oh, the Great Devourer.
Oh.
Because Garmadon said he got bit by a snake.
All of the
Which
ninjas
is
are freaking out over
great
Garmadon
about
because
it.
they're working with him. And Garmadon's like this cool guy. And Lloyd's pretty triggered. But it's okay because nobody likes Lloyd anyway. Because he screwed up. He unleashed the cat. We're not going to talk about that yet.
Yeah.
But you'll hear it. So Garmadon decides to tell the story of how he got all of his limbs. So he says he got bit by a snake. So I'm like, oh, okay. So they got this story right. And then Jay asks, was it a spider? And then Garmadon says, no, it was a snake that got bit by a spider.
Yeah.
And that was when I realized, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there are any references. There was one that's in the back of my mind. I forgot it. Oh yeah.
There were loads of references
the
on
flute.
Sensei Wu's flute.
Yeah, he was playing his staff
Yeah.
Like a flute, which was kind of a reference
It was
towards
kind
the
of
sacred
similar
flute.
to the Sacred Flute, yeah.
Yeah.
But the best things he did was, so Lloyd was kind of complaining about how his life is so hard and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Sensei Wu says like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play a tune for you on my flute, and it's gonna make you feel better.
Oh yeah.
And it's a hard knock life from Annie starts coming out of his flute.
How does that make him feel better?
It doesn't really help.
And then there was Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
When they were in the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that too.
And this might be the last reference, but this was kind of a reference, kind of just something I realized. Garmadon said, "I'm a ninja," or
I'm a ninja master.
I'm gonna try my Garmadon voice.
No.
I'm a ninja.
I'm a ninja.
I'm trained in the dark arts.
The
Dark arts? Like Chin and Klaus?
Oh my god! And also, just his ideas that he was showing them, like the Dance of Doom. I don't know what that was.
I don't know, it's in the end credits too.
I have questions.
What are your questions?
About everything Garmadon Dance of Doom. I want to learn that. I want to learn the dark arts
Seriously?
from Garmadon, yeah.
Okay, shall we get into things we don't like about it? Or no, we kind of already did that.
The cat!
I kind of didn't like the cat.
Ooh.
I liked her at first, but then she was in there too much. I think she or he, was it a she or a he?
Meowthra?
Was Meowth, yeah.
Female.
Meowthra, okay.
Yeah, female.
So,
I think that was a reference to Godzilla. Oh my gosh!
okay, and there's another reference.
Okay, yeah, the cat's name was Meowthra. That's a reference to Mothra from Godzilla.
Yeah.
Great. Great job.
I think
I get it, because Japan. Haha.
I think the cat was funny at first, but
They overused her.
they overused
There
her.
was overusage and underusage. That was the main problem with this movie.
Yeah. For example, ultimate, the ultimate weapon. They tried to do like
Omelet weapon.
meme complications or whatever they were doing.
Meme compilation.
That's what it looked like to me. I don't know what they were doing with that. Which is like a bunch of
I mean, it
random
was
stuff.
funny as heck, but it was just so random.
I thought that was just flat. It wasn't funny at all for me. But okay,
it made me laugh.
some people cracked up.
I was just like, wait, why is this? What is
Yeah.
this?
There were too many non-Lego things in this. Which
Yeah.
is probably a lot of people's complaints.
Yeah, it was pretty live action
Yeah.
compared to the other ones. The cat, especially.
It seemed way more like
because
a
it wasn't a
story.
Lego cat; it was a cat,
Yeah.
like an actual cat.
Something else I didn't like about it is the Ninjago world. I'm not talking about Not-Very-Ninjago. I'm talking about Ninjago from the show. Is so big and expansive and just huge, and they have so many locations and everything. And
Yeah.
in this movie, it's like, nope, Ninjago is literally the city, and everything around it is just like a jungle and bad stuff.
Yep.
And I was just like, come on, really?
Yep.
And Garmadon's volcano is right next door to the city.
Yeah, because people aren't smart enough to realize that he has a volcano right outside the city.
They can't just go in there
I mean,
with the
they
military and take it down.
Yeah. Get Kim Jong Un.
Their military and police
are
forces,
really dumb.
Yeah, they're not dumb, but they really need to upgrade to those giant mechs.
Yeah, they need some police mechs.
If a bunch of teenagers
Somebody
get 'em,
call
then-
Blackout. They can use him, like the Transformer. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's the reference.
How would this be better if it was? No, how?
How could it be better?
No, let's just not talk about the show yet. Let's just go with how could they improve this?
How could they improve the movie?
Yes.
Original voice actors.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But
That would have actually made me think this was a really good
What if
movie.
we just took that? What if we just made it so they can't do that? Let's just say they cannot make it like the show. How would this improve?
How could this be improved?
Yeah.
Stick to your guns. If you find a character that people like, use them. Don't underuse them, and don't overuse the ones that people might not like, but that you like. Because that's what I feel like they thought.
Yeah, I'd say use Kai, Jay, and Cole more. Nia less.
Yeah, use the... You could use Nia.
Make
You did
Misaku
Make her over
a better character.
Yeah.
Kind of, I don't know, she seemed too generic, kind of.
Two-dimensional, yeah.
Two-dimensional, yeah, that's a better term for it.
And her name's Coco. So
Wu.
calling her Misaku.
This might have only bothered me, but Wu faked his death twice.
Twice.
And
twice!
I hated it both times. It was just like, he's obviously not dead.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Like,
Get some help.
I'm staring at the hat and I'm like, boy.
He's obviously
because everybody's so crying, and then it zooms in on the water, and I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have probably just jumped in the water and drowned myself at some point, really.
As I said before, the world seemed kind of limited.
Yeah, they could expand on that.
Yeah, and put more into this. Like, put more time into rewriting the script and less live-action elements and more Lego stuff. Like, the water in the Lego movie was not actual water. It was Lego bricks.
Yeah.
And they kind of got rid of that concept with Lego Batman in this movie, and I didn't really like that, but it still kind of worked, I guess. I don't know.
It still worked because water is not a solid object. You don't need to make water out of Legos. It's water.
But basically, Ninjago City was the only Lego thing there and everything. Well, I mean, there were some trees and houses around and the other places,
it
but
was different than the Lego.
Forest.
Yeah, it was different than Batman and the Lego movie because it wasn't everything is Lego.
Yeah.
Everything is Lego.
And the last thing for this review, unless you have anything else.
No, I'm good.
How would this be better if it was show canon? If it was canon to the show, they used the original voice actors, how would they make a Ninjago movie? It doesn't even have to be this whole idea, but it could be.
Well, yeah, I feel like this would still work. It's just a different way of executing the Garmadon like thing.
I would say they should make another story, kind of like Day of the Departed, but not exactly have many references toward previous seasons and not exactly big changing things like Cole becomes a human again. It should kind of just be like, oh, here are the ninjas. Here's Wu. Here's a villain. They fight. They go after weapons. That's what happens. And kind of incorporate stuff from this movie. There could be, though, because the Hagemen brothers know how to write stuff. So, except for... Okay, they kind of did good in this movie, but I think it was not as good as the seasons, of course.
No, definitely not.
Had a lot of good... I was going to say something and I forgot, and that's the last thing I want to say. What was I going to say? Oh, man.
Oh, stupid man. You failed.
What was I going to say?
You failed.
I'll probably mention it later on.
What I was trying to say was that this movie had a good message and was very inspirational, and I really liked that in this movie. I liked how Lloyd and Garmadon's relationship was repaired, and how everyone found out that Lloyd was the Green Ninja. I also didn't even mind Garmadon being eaten by the cat, because it eventually brought father and son back together, and they lived happily ever after.
Oh, we were talking about the story. The Hagemen brothers can write stuff.
Yeah.
So what they could do is they could have the whole plot line between... It doesn't even have to be Lloyd and Garmadon. It could be like two characters, and they could have a villain, and they could have some untold backstory. They could even incorporate Lego movie stuff, like the laser and the cat if they really wanted to, into the Ninjago world, because it could still be a Lego movie. It could be animated with like bricks and stuff, but it could have the original voice actors, just better ninja stuff overall, and I think that might actually be a better movie. The world would look a lot better.
Yeah.
They didn't necessarily have to reboot this.
If anything, if they kept it the same, it would have been a really good movie.
And if Day of the Departed was a movie,
this would have been great.
That would have been the best thing.
Yeah.
The only problem is
less students.
People would have had to watch the show.
Less students, more Yang. Please.
Yeah. More time for Sam Yukai and all the other.
Yeah, come on, students.
Yeah.
Students.
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, we're bringing all these villains back from the dead. Here is students.
Luke, it's your favorite time of the podcast.
Let's go.
Come up with a random outro.
Green.
Green.
Bye.
Farewell.
Green. Bye.